Become a member of the National At-Home Dad Network, an organization focused on providing advocacy, community, education, and support. Connecting with households where dad is the primary caregiver of the children. We do this through our webinar and podcast series, mental health support groups, regular online social events, as well as our annual convention. The National At-Home Dad Network is a 100% volunteer organization. Without the generous support of its members and the community around it, we would not be able to continue the work that we do. Becoming a member gives you access to past convention speaker presentations, the ability to vote for board members annually, and ensures that the organization's fees and bills are in positive standing. Oh yeah, it should not go unmentioned that there is some cool swag headed your way if you decide to become a member. For only $35 a year, your membership provides you with the exclusive content only we can generate, and you'll be supporting an organization that benefits families all around the country and world. By advocating for them, offering them community, providing education and guidance, and supporting them to grow in their parenthood journey. And one last thing, if you contribute $500 or more, you will become a lifetime member. Not only will you receive everything already mentioned, but also a certificate recognizing your status and an exclusive National At-Home Dad Network challenge coin with our trademark logo, Dads Don't Babysit. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member today. Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At-Home Dad Network. My name is Brock.
My name is Danny.
And we are here to talk about life as stay-at-home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight, got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet, cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Work though, because I don't have that.
Why didn't you tell me to push record? Welcome to Home Dad Chat. My goodness, I tell you, Danny and I get talking about
Best
things.
Dad joke ever, and you guys missed it. So sorry. Can't repeat it. The moment's passed.
We make our plans for different things, and it's like we could just be talking about this. It's okay. Like our listeners won't mind.
There's literally nothing we're jawing about that isn't something that has to do with the organization or being an at-home dad. So
right, exactly. Yeah. Which there's been a lot of different things that have been going on as far as like communications in Discord and on Facebook and Instagram and everything else. So lots to talk about for sure.
Busy time.
Well, you were mentioning it, the countdown to HomeDadCon. We're how many days as of recording now?
65 as of today's recording.
As of today's recording. And we record on Tuesday nights. So just so anybody knows, like, yeah. So when this comes out, we're going to be under 60 days. So
this is July 26th. So yeah, 60 days is right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, if any of you guys left that haven't gotten your ticket yet, you better jump on it.
Right.
We're pulling into the last little stretch here. So
yeah, we're 63% full on the hotel block, which is really exciting. So we got about 20 nights altogether left.
And we have had a lot of guys that are getting in like a day early or 2 days earlier.
Oh, yeah.
The Monday or Sunday before, which, that's always happened. It's always been something special. I remember my first convention, I talked to someone. I'm like, wait, you've been here since Tuesday? And it was genius, of course. They're like, well, yeah, I love the convention. I got a lot of stuff to do here, but I just needed a day off. I just needed to come in here and hang out and not have any responsibilities and not have my kids, not have my family, not have anything, and just chill, and I was very jealous. I'm pretty sure second year and every year since I've gone in on at least Wednesday.
Yeah, so. I definitely feel very blessed that Corey usually lets me leave either Tuesday or Wednesday. And so in this year, it's like really early on Tuesday. Actually, it's kind of different than normal because I'm actually going to be kissing everybody goodbye on like Monday night and driving to Indianapolis and staying with my good buddy and his family because they live just like minutes from the international airport. And then he's going to drop me off and pick me up and stuff. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. And so I leave out. Well, and I'm going to try to get there early enough. I told him, I was like, dude, like we need to have some time just to hang out because we haven't like during the pandemic, like we haven't seen each other, and
Mhm.
he's former military like myself. He actually has a service dog, and so he's just a lot of fun to hang out with. But
Yeah, you've talked about
I
him.
think
In the past,
I think I've maybe talked about him before, but
Mhm.
yeah. So I'm gonna show up. I was like, man, I'm gonna try to get there by 8 o'clock so that we can have a couple hours to like hit like a local pub or something and just chill and hang out. I was like, I honestly like I don't need a whole lot of sleep. I'm like, I'll set my alarm. I'll wake up. We'll jump in the car. I'll go to the airport. I leave out at like 6:30 in the morning, and
Yeah.
I get out to Phoenix at like 7:15. It's a nonstop flight, so that's
Very
pretty well.
cool.
I think it's actually my first nonstop flight, honestly, that I've ever
Yeah.
taken. Yeah, because I've usually like bouncing around, like you go somewhere to another place type of deal.
Yeah.
So.
How can I save $10? Well, if you have a layover in Detroit for 8 hours, then you can save $10.
Yeah, right? No kidding. Get a
Might be
layover
worth
in like
it.
Denver or Midway. Gosh.
Get all the big. It's really funny. You could always get like people are like, have you ever been to well, I've been to the airport. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
On
Yeah.
a layover. I've never actually seen anything of this city, but I've been to the airport.
Right. Well, I was laid over there for 8 hours, and you didn't leave the airport. I was scared to leave the airport,
Right.
because you just
You
don't
know
know
it.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you could be like, and then you miss your flight. And even if
Yeah.
you're coming home, which that's still a catastrophe, but you definitely can't miss your flight. There's no telling when you'll get home. So,
Yeah. And in Chicago, that's just not something you want to chance. Like, oh yeah, like I'll go jump and go see a museum or something, and then you just can't get back because
Mhm.
well, it's gridlock.
yeah, you got
So-
traffic or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some of you running down the road. And then you got to take, if you carried a bag on to you, which most people do, you got to carry that bag with you the whole
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm going to sit down, read a book, and just rest,
Yep.
especially if you're coming home from vacation, because I always need a break after my vacation. I need a vacation after my vacation.
Right.
I always seem to do too much.
Just get to
But-
enjoy sitting at the bar, having drinks with a bunch of total strangers, carrying
Yeah.
on conversations while you're wearing a dads don't babysit shirt,
Mhm. There you go.
whatever it is. So I've done
I'm
that
going,
numerous times.
I'm sharing a flight with the vice president himself.
Oh, yeah, that's
vice
right.
president of the organization. Keith.
That's Pence, right?
Keith Nagel.
Oh no, Keith Nagel. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. Oh no, it hasn't been
sorry.
Pence for a while there,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
But
sorry,
okay, that's all right.
Harris,
I'm
yeah,
sure
that's
someone
who it-
else is taking it over. yeah. But
Yeah.
so I said, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll fly with you. And so I'm getting into Madison at like, I don't know, 4 a.m. or something.
Mm.
And then we're gonna fly from Madison. And it is a straight flight. I don't have any layovers.
Nice.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
so we'll be getting in early on Wednesday morning, and I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'm gonna do until I get in my hotel room. I'm just gonna probably standing around the lobby. So you could let me in the room now. You could let me in the room now.
Well, I've already kind of figured out what I'm going to be doing when I show up, because I talked with the one-armed bandit resident himself, Aaron Smith, which if you don't know, he just had surgery. So he's in a sling.
And
And I was talking with him on Zoom today, and I was like, you're going to have all this stuff at your place, aren't you? He's like, oh yeah. And at my mom's house too. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah. He's like, she's got a really well air-conditioned space where a lot of the beer share stuff is going to go. And I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting. Didn't realize that was what was happening. And I said, well, I get in early Tuesday. I was like, Joe gets in early Tuesday as well. Like we're about an hour apart from each other. And I was like, once we get to the hotel, because he just lives a little bit like northwest of the hotel, I was like, why don't you pick us up at the hotel and we can come pick things, move all this stuff to the hotel. That way you don't have to mess with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's early enough that we can do all that before lunch, and then we can meet up with like Brett Landry and Marcel Dom, and if hopefully Aaron can come too, and we can all go get lunch somewhere and hang out for a bit.
Yeah, I'm hoping Aaron has taken the week off. I hope he has something set up to where he can just be, no, babe, I'm gone from Monday to I'll be back Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got his one kiddo will be in school and his other one's only 1 year old. So I don't know how that's going to all play a factor, but yeah,
bring the 1 year old. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
we'll take care of him.
But we'll be there to help him out. So I told him
yeah.
we'd have some muscle to take care of things, but
Mhm.
But yeah, so it's been, ever since last week after talking to Joe, it's been just a lot of checks and balances and making sure that, guys have reserved their hotels, that they've gotten their tickets. And I've been reaching out to lots and lots of past attendees just saying, hey, like, I'm curious, like, are you coming? Like, I really like this. We'd really like to see you, just kind of see where they're at. And a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, I'm just being lazy and I haven't done anything. I'm just like,
yeah,
come on, man. It's like 60 some days. Like, can we please like start doing some movement around here? Like,
yeah,
you're
it's
freaking
definitely
me
time.
out.
I spread it out too. I didn't get everything at once. I don't know that anybody really does that, but we had it budgeted where we could get the hotel, and then we could get the flight, and then we could get the ticket, because I mean, it's money. It is, and especially with inflation and everything.
I should have been more. I should have been more planned than you had a pretty good.
Wasn't me. Was Marnie.
Well, yeah, I know. Marnie is the yes. I know. Marnie is your person. So I
wouldn't have my ticket yet. If it were me, I'm like, oh yeah, I do have to reserve those, don't I? I should probably put that in writing. Yeah, I would have failed so hard with that.
I mean, the one thing that I always do is as soon as it's announced and that as soon as the hotel becomes available, I immediately at least make my hotel reservation. Like that, I get that out of the way. And that at least has something where it's like, I put a stake in the ground that this is when this is happening. And so that's helpful. And then I can work on the rest of it later. But I was horrible this year about saving money the way I should have. So that's on me.
It's been tough for a lot of people.
I agree. Yeah.
I will say we've missed the deadline at the time, again, that this will air, but the scholarship, the Brian Dixon Memorial Scholarship we talked about last week, is just a fantastic thing. And it's really, I don't know anything about it. Okay. I'm not on that committee. I'm just going to say it, but I know that the little things that I've heard, it's really, really reaching out to help out a lot of guys this year. And I'm very proud that our organization does that. It's just, it just feels like, this is what we want to give back. We want to help people, and we don't want to help people like come to our convention so that we can make money off of them. It's not that. We want people to come to the convention because it's a parenting conference. It's a brotherhood conference. There's so much that's valuable to it. Now, I won't say that I would give up my spot. Like I wouldn't give up my ticket. Somebody else could go if I couldn't go. I mean, if it meant I couldn't go, I probably wouldn't go that far.
That would be a little different. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, it's, you give out whatever you need, if somebody is willing to help. It's been so amazing.
And that's what I was going to add to that. Like, so basically the 30th is when the scholarship closed. And so of course you're listening to this now, that means that you've missed being able to apply, because by the time this airs, like the committee is going to be getting ready to meet and go over things. However, we'll say this, if you're somebody who is going and you have a room and you don't have a roommate and you would like to help out with the scholarship by basically covering a roommate type of deal, like that is a huge help to the scholarship committee, because that helps us to helps the scholarship committee to basically take what money would have maybe been used on that and move it to be able to be used to help another dad get to the convention type of deal. So I always tell people, I've been reaching out to different guys saying, hey, like I see that you have a hotel room. Do you have a roommate? And, basically like if they do have a roommate, depending on who it is, like I'd be like, are you splitting the cost? Like, cause some of the guys have roommates who they already know they're scholarship people. So I'm like, what's your guys' setup, that kind of deal, which helps because the scholarship guys, then the committee guys know what they need to be looking at. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. I mean, there's been guys who, honestly, like there's been a few guys who have said things like, this sucks. This year has been just financially like hard and I really want to come, but and just, either they applied for the scholarship or maybe they weren't sure about applying for the scholarship. I am going to say right now, that was me. But at the same time, like guys stepped up in a lot of different ways. Like I felt for me personally, like the friendship and the brotherhood of so many guys who got in touch with me on the side and worked some things out for me to be able to be there in person, because I really was questioning whether or not I would get to be there in person. And so I felt very loved. And, you know, basically that night, after reading one person who ended up like nominating me for the scholarship, and I'm actually on the scholarship committee, so I'll just put that out there. But basically, like reading the entry that was there, like had me in tears, and even just talking about it now has my eyes all wet. So
same, me too.
Yeah,
don't make me cry, Brock.
I'm trying not to make myself cry while I talk about it, and try to not have it drop into my bourbon. But
right, you want to salt that thing up.
Yeah, right, exactly. I don't need to water it down. So, but anyway, though, like it's just been awesome, because like I've heard some great stories of just like guys like being like, hey, like all of us can come together, we can help somebody out, that type of deal. And that's also too like what Joe was talking about with the beer share last year, you know, and what they're doing. And oh my gosh, like even since like that episode dropped, like Joe's been like talking with me about the things that have taken place, and it's awesome. We've had, I believe, at least one Phoenix brewery get back to him so far, which is awesome.
Wonderful.
So that's great, because that was not the case when we talked to him last. So that was really cool. I know that another person talked to a really heavy hitter over close to your direction. And they are, I believe, giving some like swag to be like raffled off. So I'm super pumped about that. Because it's a really good brewery that a lot of guys at the Dad Lounge are drinking their stuff all the time. So
cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So just stuff like that is going on, and it's exciting. And so it also helps for me to like talk this out and really see those parts, because I've been like also hit with a lot of anxiety just on the fashion of like, wow, man, like there's so many guys that I haven't heard from yet, and I'm curious to know like what's going on. So I put out little feelers here and there.
Yeah, we've had some of our very regular attendees that just they're not going to be able to make it to Phoenix this year. It just is what it is, and they want to go. It's not like they planned this, but a lot of things have happened for a lot of people. And, you know, we had, I think, 3 of like what I would call our heavy hitters, you know, that I know I'm going to miss. I'm going to walk around. I'm like, wait, so-and-so's not here. Oh, you know, I'm not going to name names either, because there are so many people that I would consider my favorite. You know, I'm so happy this person's here, but I'm, you know, missing this person. But there's so many of the guys that are just like, makes me so just delighted to see their face, you know. So any of them that wouldn't go, I would probably miss. But it's been, you know, it's been an interesting year for a lot of people. I can't imagine anything that I want more this year than to be at the convention.
Yeah.
And I have to, you know, believe that that's the way it is for a lot of people, even if they can't. So I'm really glad that the scholarship fund is set up. I'm really glad that it's able to help, you know, our members be able to make it. And I want to reiterate what you said. And just like, if you feel, you know, like next year, what have you, because again, the deadline's already gone, but if you feel that you're not going to be able to make it and you just need a little help, that's okay. Just put your name in the hat. You know, they may not be able to help you. I mean, we definitely can't help everybody, but don't stand on your pride. Understand that I want to say it's really the organization wants to help you, wants to help everybody we can to get to the convention. So we definitely, you know, encourage everybody to reach out and just talk to us and put in your application and see what happens, see where it goes.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because like you said, when we find out somebody, you know, our brother needs a little help, well, we jump on it, you know, oh, no, you're coming. We'll figure it out.
For sure. You know, yeah, definitely.
When we have the ability, you know, to help someone when it comes to our turn, we will. Pay it forward.
Oh yeah, definitely. And too, like, I mean, I've seen like there are times too where, you know, we've had a few guys that they've wanted to come. And, you know, they felt so bad that because of some life situation that they couldn't make it type of deal. And like, I had that conversation with somebody who they applied for the scholarship, and I really wanted to make it known to them that even though there were these life situations going on, like there will be more HomeDadCons, like just because they felt bad that they applied, but then they were like, I'm probably not going to be able to do this because of XYZ thing that's taking place in my life. And so it was one of those deals where it was nice to be able to have a conversation with them and just say, hey, listen, like, it's okay. Like, we're really glad that you applied. Two, we're really glad you actually like came out of the woodworks. Like, they didn't even like know about the organization. Like, they, it was a really interesting situation, but to, basically just be able to say, listen, like, if you can't make it, it's okay. Like, there will be another one next year. And, that'll give you the opportunity to go on. So, that's a hard conversation to have, but at the same time, people have that fear of missing out.
Right.
And it's better to have somebody to kind of talk you down off the ledge of that feeling, whatever shame, guilt, whatever it is that, oh, like, I can't do this, when really, like, it's okay. It really is okay. So, and actually Aaron Smith gave me a really cool idea too, for how to sort of like approach that as well. And I'm going to be bringing that to the committee as well, because there's kind of a cool little like small thing that can also be done on the scholarship level for guys who can't make it. So that's another avenue that can be worked on, because it's like, all right, like, I can't get you here with this right here, but I can get you this. Like, would you be interested? So hopefully that's something that will entice guys to do that. So I'm not going to let on to what that is, because I
have a great idea, but you guys can't hear about it.
You can't hear about it. Nope. Danny doesn't even know about it.
No.
Danny doesn't even know. He's looking at me right now like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah. I'm excited for whatever, that's what I do. I do get excited because you're excited, but at the same time, I'm like, why are we excited? What's going on? This sounds awesome. What is it? Yeah. So
it's all good,
but no problem. No problem.
So all that to be said, get your tickets. We want to see you there. It's going to be a great weekend, but also at the same time too, we all completely understand if it doesn't work out for you.
When this airs, will be under 60 days.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's crazy.
I mean, you look at it. Yeah. It'll be August 1st.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Boom. 1 month, August, 1 month, September. We're done.
Yeah, I know. That's why the planning committee meets twice a week now, so that we can still
going crazy.
Everything.
Yeah.
So, but so that's there. Also too, I believe at the time this airs, we should be putting out a graphic for the t-shirt design that we went with for this year. I believe
which is epic.
It's really good.
It.
Yeah. So, so JHG's put that together. I got to get that put into the mix to get that sent out. But yeah, I believe that's set to go out before this airs. So that'll be another thing that everybody can look at and get excited about, because that's the other part about registering. Like, if you register in time, you guarantee yourself a t-shirt. If you wait too long, you may not get a t-shirt, because we can only make so many based on what we give them. And most companies are not going to run any extras, after the fact. So, so,
and for the most part, we're doing it to your size. So we're kind of doing a cut. Well, we've got, 125 people. These are their sizes. Boom. And
they go up to 5XL this year.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's the other thing. Like the company that we're going with does a 5XL. So
see, now you're targeting your audience.
I am totally targeting my audience. I know who I'm talking to specifically. They are in front of me.
I'm only a 3, man. I'm all right.
It's all good. I love those guys. They're like, hey, I need a bigger size. And I always feel awful. And I'm like, I can't get you that bigger size. And this year I can say, I can get you that bigger size. Why?
Yeah. So you want 2, you should order another one. That's right. Cause
I know, and I know a few guys that fit into those bigger sizes that are going to be like, really, this is the year I'm not going to be there. And I don't get that. Like, you guys suck. Like, I love you all the same. Trust me.
Yep. We do love you, but can't just be printing shirts willy-nilly left and right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully eventually at some point in the future, we will have a shop where you can actually go and order said shirts that you like the designs of, that they won't have the back design on them. It'll just be a front design. I know that's something that's been kicked around the room quite a bit, but I think it's hopefully going to come into fruition at some point. So maybe saying it on here helps put it out there into
just pushes it forward a little bit.
Yeah, just pushes it a little bit forward. So, but yeah. Oh man. Anyway, so I think it was you that posted this. There's a new movie that's getting ready to come out on Netflix. Yeah. And so it's funny because like, so Kevin Hart, he's just a goofy dude, but he always gets like kind of like poo-pooed on by The Rock because The Rock is so big and he's so small. I mean, and honestly, I still feel like at some point they could do a really fun remake of the movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and do those two guys. And I feel like it would hit it out of the ballpark, honestly. Like,
and they've got such a good rapport. Every time I see them on screen, or if they're like interviewing for a trailer or something like that, they've just got this banter to them. And I can't imagine how big The Rock is in person.
Oh, he's massive. I've seen him in person. He's huge.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, okay, I'm not a small guy, but I bet I'd look at The Rock and go, oh my God, you're a big fella.
He's a monster of a guy.
Not in any way diminishing, but Kevin Hart is not a big fella.
No.
And he just and I'm like, wow, it's like, I don't know. It's like a Chihuahua barking at a German Shepherd, and the German Shepherd's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 easy, hang on." I mean, what are we doing?
Just think of when you watch like Guardians of the Galaxy, and you see The Rock, or not The Rock, you see Batista, Dave Bautista's character, standing beside Rocket
Drax.
That's probably pretty close to it.
That's mean, man. Oh.
I'm sorry, but but oh my gosh. But anyway,
it's taller than that.
Yeah, well,
he's got a movie. He's got a movie coming out.
He's got a movie coming out. Which here's the thing. So yeah, talking about The Rock and Kevin Hart. These guys are both dads. They both have been in the limelight in different ways for their fatherhood stories. Kevin he's a comedian, okay? Like he really is. Yeah. And so I remember when you like posted that, there was a guy in the group who was like, I don't like him because he made this comment like and I looked at it was back in like 2017 about the fact that he had never changed any of his kids' diapers and how he felt like that was something that was of a mother's touch. And people like immediately grabbed that and just completely just like,
as you would,
yeah, and completely just forgot.
I'm going to judge. Maybe I'm not going to judge you, but you're going to get judged if you say I never changed a diaper. What? Especially if you're an at-home dad.
Yeah.
You never change a diaper. What? That's like,
right.
What are you kidding? But he had an interesting explanation for it and what he meant. And again, being that he's very extemporaneous with his comedy and what he's saying a lot of times, and it just runs. It just goes, when you're trying to say something and you end up saying something that you thought was funny that, didn't come out quite like you meant it to. And I think he was just saying more, from what I've read, that it was more, he felt that his wife and the mother's touch was really much more what his child needed. And that he was just a little, if the first time you hold your baby or hold a baby, I guess, but you just feel like this fragile little thing. I can't
exactly. Yeah.
I can't handle this. I'm not even moving. And I feel like I'm hurting my child. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to break it, because it's your baby, right? Your first child, especially. God, I don't want to talk about how bad I was on my first kid. I made a lot of mistakes. Right. But yeah. So, and then he came out a year ago with the movie Fatherhood,
which I haven't seen yet. And it's on Netflix as well. And I need to really sit down and watch that movie.
Yeah, it's really good. And of course I cried, like I do.
And I know that the main premise is that his wife passes away and then he's basically like raising two kiddos and
he got a baby and
and so that's kind of that's like the minor premise of it, but yeah well, I think that encompasses the majority of it, because if you think about it, I mean, I don't want to really talk about what I would be if Marnie passed away, a complete and total mess. I don't know that I would consider, I don't know that I would keep going. I don't know, but imagining that, but then wait, you have children. And in his case, in the movie, it was a baby in diapers, if I remember correctly. It was a baby in diapers and like a toddler, I think. Wasn't there two? I thought there were two of them.
I thought it was just one that aged through. By the end of the movie, she was older.
Maybe that's
but whatever it is, even if it's two, even if it's, all right. So, but Fatherhood is amazing in my opinion. And it really kind of touches me because I'm a dad. That's what I do. That's the song. Right. But then I found the trailer today of Me Time.
which is hilarious.
His newest movie with. All right, I will say I love Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg is great. He really
Marky
is.
Mark, man. I mean, he has been a part of my entertainment life for what, 30 years, maybe. I mean, more.
to get him as a musician and now as an actor, and he came in. I feel like he really came in and really made a statement when he was in Transformers. Like that was like he's serious about what he's doing, man. Yeah. Like, and
he's been in so many good movies that really didn't maybe get the, like The Big Hit was I love it. It's one of his basically where he's a hitman working with a bunch of other hitmen. And, the thing of it is he goes in and he's doing all the hits. He's going, we got to take everybody out in this building, and he's running through the building. He's actually taking them out. Yeah. And then his two buddies are like in the hallway shooting at the air going, we got your back, man. We got your back. You want to go for tacos later? Yeah, we should probably taco time, and just faking that they're doing anything, and using him really. Yeah. But anyway, so he's in this movie, and as usual, he is cut and fit and just like, there's the beach over there. He just looks just amazing. He is naked.
Well, and he's in
it's blurred, but he's naked.
and he's played a dad before, like with the Will Ferrell movie with him and Mel Gibson.
Not Stepdads. Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home. Yeah, because he's in both. In the second one, it's because it's Mel Gibson and Mark and Will. Yeah. And it's excellent.
Yeah. So Me Time is basically, I mean, I just saw the trailer. Just from the trailer, he's an at-home dad.
He is. Yeah. He's an at-home dad.
Full-time in the role doing it. And for the first time, he's going to go get some me time. Right. He's going to go, his buddy from like high school or whatever is always asking him. He never does it. He's like, his wife said, no, you need to take this time. Take your time. Take the time off. I'll take the kids with me to wherever, I can't remember, but I'll take the kids for a week and we're going to go to the beach or whatever. Yeah. And he immediately had the same reaction that I would have if my wife said that. I'd be like, wait. You want to just take the kids. You just want to scoop them up and drive away. Oh, I think that's a bad idea. And even the kid was like, Mom, can I say no to this? I don't know if I want to be on this. And it's just indicative of who's at home full time and how all encompassing that is, right?
Yeah.
So that's not a statement about his wife or wives in general at all. It's just the primary caretaker is a primary caretaker.
But the thing with it is that she noticed that he was missing something. Like that's the thing I saw that I heard in the trailer, which I thought was the greatest, is that she was like, you are not who you used to be. Like, and there are things missing from you that you need to put back into your life and find, find these things. And I just thought that was great because I feel like a lot of times, like that is the thing. That's like the thing that you see when somebody brand new comes to HomeDadCon. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, I don't know, like they're just like, like there's so much going on and they want to be in all these different things. And it's like
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the same time, you're just like, breathe. It's okay. Welcome. We're going to have some fun.
Breath. We are right. And
it's
also
going to be a good time.
If you've been frustrated or you've been irritated or you've been pushed to your limits by your kids or by your life or by your family, which we all get that.
Oh yeah. I feel like we need to have like,
been there.
I feel like we need like punching bags, like hanging like in the main lobby or somewhere, like be like, all right, like punch it. Like, let us know what your frustration level is.
Let this frustration out. That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I thought that was just an amazing, like, I was like, wow, like this movie is actually, it is funny. It is very comical, but it seems like a lot of it really is like speaking to stay-at-home dads. And I felt very seen in it and just what was going on. And, even the scene where he's standing beside one of his, like, I don't know if it's a buddy of his or just like a dad that happens to be there at the school pickup or drop off.
The other guy
throws shade at him for being a stay-at-home dad or whatever. And I'm like, yep, definitely been there. And just all those different aspects of it. But it's funny because like it goes from all of that. I mean, and there is a lot of wild stuff, but then it turns into it gets a little crazy and eccentric, it feels like, but
it does get a little crazy. It does. But the thing is too, is I have to say that not in every movie, because he's been in some movies that just hit me and made me cry. And he wasn't being a comedian, right? He wasn't, screaming at the top of his lungs, which he does a lot. When things happen, he's talking at top volume, right? And the things that are happening to him in this movie, he needs to be talking at top volume. He needs to be talking at higher top volume.
Oh yeah.
But him still, that him getting out there and trying all this stuff, and none of the things that he did, I am telling people to go do. I don't mean that.
Oh, you mean like stand on top of a cliff in a squirrel suit and put your arms out when a helicopter
in a
comes up?
wingsuit, yeah, and just jump, and he didn't jump either. He put his arms out.
I know.
Well, we're to the trailer, so the wind caught him and shoved him off the thing, and then Marky Mark's like, "I'll help you. Put your arms out." And he's like, "No, man." And he
like
finally puts his
wing.
arms out. He gets his arms out. He's like, "I'm flying. This is great. I love you, man. This is." And then he runs to a flock of birds. It's just so goofy, in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really am looking forward to just the heartfelt stuff.
Yeah.
Like you said, when his wife notices, hey, you're not who you are, you're missing something, and you need to go find that. You need to be back to, just yourself and not just dad.
Right.
And that's something we all need to remember. And I consider that for me personally, I consider that as part of self-care.
Yeah.
Is to remember who you are other than a dad. And that includes, to me, being a husband, being kind of a boyfriend to my wife too.
Yeah.
That for me, that's parts of who I am that I have to keep up and have to keep maintained. And the only way I can do that is with self-care, but that week for him, that me time, that's what that is. Maybe you don't need a week. Maybe you can't get a week, but maybe, you need to look at it on a day-to-day, because that me time is obviously what even his wife saw he needed.
Definitely.
Right. And I'm really looking forward to the end of the movie, because, at the end of the movie, they're going to have to come back together. They're going to have, I missed you, Dad. I missed you 2 kids. And that moment that, I'm back where, I'm back at work basically, but I love my job.
And then I want to see a flash forward of a year after that. Just a small snippet, like as it ends, like of a
nice.
That it got to go on, that he went and did something else. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I'd love it if it was a snippet at the end of him just coming into HomeDadCon.
Well, I will say I immediately went over and jumped on his Instagram and tweeted him and like, hey, mad respect, man, mad respect. And can we get a showing? Can we just I'm just going,
dude, just show up, man. That's all I want to see. Like, just come on in, man. Seriously, just
send us a message. Just do a video, man. That'd be awesome. That would be great, because we've done that with other people in the past.
We have done that before. Yeah.
Hey,
I would
imagine. I could not imagine, man. I would be starstruck talking to Kevin Hart, because he has he's got a production company called Heartbeat, I think.
Okay.
I think but whatever it is. So, and the things that he's done, the movies that he's been in and helped produce and helped get on screen that have just been, I don't know, I looked it up a minute ago. Fatherhood, of course. And we're expecting a lot from, me time. He has the movie, and I haven't seen it because it's on Roku, but it's called Die Hard. Okay. And I don't know if it's a Die Hard reference, but I really hope it is.
I'll have to look it up.
I would just love to see that. But he's got so much stuff that he's done. He is truly a superstar.
He is. Yeah.
I would love to talk to him. I wouldn't love to talk to him. Sorry. No, I would just stand there and go,
dude,
I'd let you do it.
If he showed up, I'd put him up on the main stage and just interview him like in a podcast format for real. It would be epic. I would have so much fun with that.
No, Kevin Hart, if you are listening, I would not ask you to do that. I'll just take you to wherever you want to get a drink, or that sit, and I will tell you how awesome you are for like 20 minutes straight, man. You need that. You ever need that? I'm your man. I will tell you, you're awesome.
I would love, though, the idea. I mean, if he wasn't able to make it, which, that would be definitely a far shot. But even to just do a recording where he just like welcomed everybody to HomeDadCon type of deal, would be super cool.
Stagger. That would be amazing.
But yeah, who knows? We'll see. I'm going to do my magic on it for sure. And that wasn't like the whole reason for like having this conversation, but at the same time, like I really like when actors like that put out movies that involve fatherhood in a positive light, like you just want them to come and either meet other like real, these other like real life dads that aren't celebrities that you portrayed in these movies type of deal, and see what it is that they're doing and listen to their stories kind of thing. and hear the appreciation from those of us who basically walk that out daily.
Yeah.
And do not get any limelight out of it at all. We get lime juice thrown at us.
I said the red cup. This is your red cup. That's not my red cup. Please just drink the juice. I don't give you what. I'll go buy you a new cup. Please just stop.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I'm definitely excited about that movie. And it comes out August 26th on Netflix. So I know I was talking about the fact I'm like, yeah, it's like I have to do a little Zoom watch party on the 26th and watch it with some other guys, because we can do that with like the Dad Lounge or whatever. That'll be fun.
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like we could have a little showing for the Dad Lounge when it after it airs, because I don't know when the 26th is actually. So that's a Friday. So we could do it that August 29th for the Dad Lounge. We could watch it then. So
nice.
I think that's a good idea. Just plan that out and make that happen. So
yeah. Well, I'm just going to say you go right ahead, because I know you do that stuff, and I don't have no help whatsoever. But
it's okay.
I'm maybe I'll invite to have you helping.
Maybe I'll invite Kevin Hart to come.
Yeah, just let him know. Just, by the way, if you're hanging out Friday night on Monday. Tuesday night, right?
No, Monday night. Yeah.
Oh, I got my days all messed
up. Get him and Mark. Come on in, guys.
You know what it would be? I would love, because the Dad Ass guys are going to be there from the Dad Ass podcast, right?
Oh yeah.
And their favorite dad is The Rock.
Their dream dad to talk to is
their dream dad. And I'm like, if I could give that to them, I would love that.
My gosh.
I would love for him. I mean, I would love to meet the guy. God, he's so, not just larger than life, but he just has done so much stuff from where he started to where he is. It's just truly him and Kevin Hart too, really just the personification of hard work pays off,
Yeah.
Because I can't, a lot of people, oh, you're an actor, you don't work. Oh my, no, that's just the exact opposite. It's so much work they have to do. Yeah. So many hours just filming a movie, filming one shot and over, and the physicality of it and the endurance. But just have both of them, man.
That would be pretty wild.
Us and the Dad Ass guys just sitting there like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Well, and you'd have, yeah. Well, so that's the thing, like, podcast wise, we'd have a bunch of us fighting over who gets to talk to him, because we're going to have our show. We're there. The Dad Ass podcast guys are going to be there. The Dad House,
Dad House.
Shannon, Jake, Mike, their crew, they're going to be there. Joe Saladino is going to be there, although his counterpart isn't. But you got one half of the Sad Beer cast. So you got all these different guys who are like, sure, come talk to me. Like, I got a microphone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm definitely going to have a microphone this year. I'm going to have, standing around like Max Roby, the roving reporter. I'm just going to show up in the hallway to someone and go, hey, how you enjoying your convention? And just stick a mic in their face.
There you go. That was
not plugged in, guys. I swear. Just but anyway, so we're about out of time.
I know. This is a good conversation though.
We have
for real.
Another meeting after this. So it's a night full of fun activities and work. It's just work. I'm hoping one of my kids gets a bloody nose or something. I'm like, oh, hey, I gotta go. No,
I don't need that. There's so many times where kids have had to have something happen while I've been doing a podcast or whatever. I don't need to leave to go to the hospital for that.
It is. It's just crazy.
Not that I go to the hospital for a bloody nose, but still.
No, yeah, I get you. I think everybody understands. There's sometimes you just have to go to the urgent care.
Right.
My kids stepped on staples. There were like staples and they dropped it and it busted, So it's not the stapler, but just staples. And they're upside down on the floor, about an inch long piece stuck into his foot, into his heel in two different spots. And he's like, screaming in there. I'm like, what in the world? And he shows me and I'm like, because it's still stuck in there.
So before we leave,
yes.
here's the challenge to win a sticker. Okay. Because we missed doing that last time. So here's what you have to do. You have to tag Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg, and The Rock in a comment on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Comment, like tag them and let them know that they need to come hang out with the dads from HomeDadCon in Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
In Phoenix.
All right. Yeah. Got to tag all 3.
Tag all 3. Yep.
All right. Do it and tag us too, so that we know.
Yep. Tag us too, so we know that it happened. But yeah, do that, and I'll send.
Are we at HomeDadNet? Is that the
at HomeDadNet? Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
HomeDadNet.
So do that, and a sticker is on the way to you. And if Joe's listening, I'll get yours sent out to you. I'm sorry.
I swear it's on the way.
Is
our favorite listener, Eric Schoberg, getting a sticker?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it's already on its way, right?
Yeah, it's already on its way. Yeah, it's on its way.
You know, if I had one, I could give him one this weekend when I go see him. But we're done. I'm talking again, and we've already said goodbye twice. I'm still talking.
It's Midwest, man. Midwest goodbyes.
I'm learning that. That's what I do. You know, I did that naturally from the South.
My wife does that every single day when she's like, "I'm going to give you a few minutes back to do something," and she keeps talking to him, and I look over at her. I'm like, "You said you were giving them time back."
Yeah, like 3 times.
We're gone. Exactly.
I'm out. Right. I'm not saying anything other than good night, everybody.
Talk to you next week.
I'm a dad. That's what I do.